Hello, my name is Charan. I'm Practice Management Advisor for the FPM Group, and I'm here today to talk about managing enhanced services. Okay, so the brief intro is, are we to enhance or not to enhance? Yes, we know that they're optional, but they do attract funding, so what do we do? How are they offered and how do we get to know about them? Okay, so what are they? They're defined as enhanced services are defined as primary medical services other than essential services, other than additional services or out-of-hours services. Okay, so why do doctors and managers want to take on this extra work? They want to be engaged, they want to be challenged, and they want to keep up to date. They want to be able to offer services and provide first-class standards of care. They are aware that these services are optional, but they attract funding. So how do you get to know about enhanced services? So how the service is offered is an enhanced service specification is usually offered to the practice with deadlines and incentives for the practice to consider. Following this, the PM will have to run the marathon of form filling against a criteria document, and believe me, there's a lot of forms to fill in. Next comes the setup of the meeting with the GPs and nurses to decide whether to go ahead and offer these new services for their patients. So, what happened traditionally? Traditionally, if you were offered an enhanced service specification, you would go for it. There's an incentive linked to it. Well, would you or wouldn't you go for it now? Okay, what needs to happen is careful consideration needs to be given to the specs. Practices are now noticing the differences in achieving and not achieving when they sign up for everything. They now consider that it may not be the sensible way forward, particularly if they are already stretched, and reaching some of these new thresholds for achievement is going to get even tougher. Have you the resource to take on this extra work? So let's consider some information and some frequently asked questions. We're going to consider 3 questions. Okay, can this specification be changed locally? The answer to this is no. The service specification is a legal document and commissioners cannot make changes to the content of it. Should they wish to do additional work relating to the enhanced service in their local area, this would be for local discussion, agreement and payment outside of the arrangements for the nationally defined enhanced service. Our second question relates to, does signing up to participate in a service on CQRS satisfy the requirement for the contractual sign-up? Again, the answer is no. Practices are required to agree to participate in a service with their team, their local team, based on the service specification. Sign up on CQRS is confirmation from the practice to the area team that CQRS will be used to calculate their payments. Our third question relates to closed lists. Can practices with a closed list still participate in enhanced services? The answer to this is yes. There's nothing to prevent practices participating in enhanced services if they have a closed list. So our tips for going forward, for you to ask yourselves the following questions. To enhance or not, this decision is for you as a practice to consider. To make sure that you have a lead on your enhanced services, that someone has a job title that makes sure that enhanced services are looked after. To really consider whether it's feasible for you as a practice to take this extra workload on. Are there clear benefits to your patients and to your clinicians? Consider this. Make a decision, meet the team and cascade that information to the rest of the team. And again, the last bit is make sure that you review that what you're doing with this specification meets the criteria and you as a team do this work jointly. Thank you for watching.